Hey guys, Angel here with a quick crash course on the build you want to run for Lightning build as Blade Master PVE. Lightning build is my preferred PVE build, and I'm just going to quickly go over a necessities list on what you want for Lightning build and what's pretty much optimal and necessary for it in Asura. So we're going to start off with what's necessary for Lightning build. What's necessary for Lightning build is the 4 points in Breeze, because you need all the points you can in here for the maximum chi regeneration on a reliable source. You want Flicker because it's your leading animation cancel. You lead with LB and then you cancel with RB. RB is your primary damage source. F is your... It's another huge damage source. It's lowered cooldown by how many Hone Slashes you get off. You need Lightning Draw. Preferably the Hongmoon Lightning Draw. If you don't have it, Lightning Draw is actually not a prime... If you don't have the Hongmoon skill, Lightning Draw becomes almost a non-issue because it only does additional damage on targets that are CC'd. Stunned, dazed, knocked down in the effect of this one. Without the Hongmoon one, it doesn't do reliable damage on targets that aren't CC'd, so it's not as huge of a deal. And finally, you want to make sure you have the point in Evade. Those are the basics you need to get this build working. From here, we're going to add in the things you need for Asura. Asura, whatever you call it here. You need the 1 point in Ankle Biter. It helps with making sure you land your knockdowns, because you need 2 knockdowns reliably as a Blade Master in this dungeon. And you want 2 stuns reliably. So we're going to put 2 points here, 2 points here. Leaves us with 13 points. So we're going to assume not everybody has the Hongmoon block. That's fine. That also works out perfectly because of the Hongmoon 1, you don't have many points to throw around. So we're just going to go over here to this far right Form 3 block. We're going to take points into 5 point strike because it's a very important skill. I would take the one with threat because I normally play tank, but for those of you who don't tank, you can go straight down the middle tree. It gives you a chance to do it does good damage on its own. It's not a primary DPS source, but it doesn't do bad damage. Meaning when you need to hit it, you're going to get damage out of it still. It's going to be a decent amount of damage. The reason it's important is because it's a 5-hit attack that restores 1 focus per hit, and on the initial 0.5 seconds after casting it, you are resistant to damage and status effects, so you have an iframe on it. Meaning without leaving draw stance, you get 5 chi back, and you get an immunity without having to waste your SS, or waste your Q, or waste your E, which can be used for other things. So it's really nice, really useful, probably one of the most important skills for this build. You can do it without it, but this is one of the more important skills for the build. So, another thing you can't go anywhere without is Blade Call. This is literally like your primary cooldown. Yeah, this is the primary cooldown of this build. You want to make sure that you don't waste it, that you can get huge amounts of LBRB spam off during it, and it's really important, really good for burst. You're going to do your most damage during that. Like, most of the damage you're going to put out in this short window is going to be during that. It's your burst cooldown. So, 6 points left here. We're going to skip Second Wind. Normally, I'd put a point into Second Wind in case you get CC'd, you get hit by something, you can get out of it. But assuming you're going to try to get the most damage out of this build, you don't actually have the points to do that right now. Because you need 3 points in Cyclone. Again, I would generally take the Threat Increase tree because I play as a tank, but if you're just DPSing, you want this here, because there are going to be times when you're in the side or in front of the boss and it's going to cleave. You will generally want to block so you can get Cyclone off, so you can get 9 focus over 3 seconds on hit with the last attack. And during the attack itself, it does 6 focus. So basically what happens is you get hit, you Cyclone. Immediately you get 6 focus back. If you finish your Cyclone and hit them with the last hit of it, it's technically a 4-hit move. Then for the next 3 seconds, you're getting 9 focus. So you can immediately go into lightning, or go into draw stance and spam Hone Slash, spam Flicker, spam any of your lightning abilities. And over here, again, this works best because this dungeon doesn't require a daze. In dungeons that require a daze, you're going to have a much harder time taking this Form 1 of Lunar Slash. But 1 point makes it into the cast, 2 points gives you... was yawning. 2 points gives you a generation of 4 focus on hit, and if you crit, you get an additional 3 focus. And the final point here maintains all the previous effects and makes it a pretty decent damage nuke. I don't have any additional attack power added into the calculator here, so it doesn't look too impressive, but compare it to the previous one, it's a huge increase. So that's what you want to do if you only have Hongmoon 1. This will give you all the basics. You can perform the build. You'll do decent damage, and you'll have all the CC you need to make it through Asura, Azura. I pronounce it Azura. Some people pronounce it Asura. It'll give you all the CC you need to make it through that dungeon. Now you might be asking, what if I'm Hongmoon 5 or a few Hongmoon levels higher and have extra points to burn? So we're going to go here in what I think is probably order of importance. We're going to put a single point in the second win, because I can't tell you how many times that actually saved my life. Like I said before, I wanted to put a point into it, but from an Elite's point of view, you really shouldn't be getting hit. So it's kind of, suboptimal. It doesn't give you DPS, it just gives you an escape. After that, I believe the next highest DPS you can get is Lightning Rod here, because just using it is additional free damage, because it's literally fire and forget. You press C after you use your Soul Blade stance and it goes, it does its thing, does damage. Putting 2 points into it increases its damage by almost 100%, and then putting the third point into it literally increases that damage by 100%, because it goes from 18-second cooldown to 9 seconds. And the Soul Blade window where you have your blade call up is about 12 seconds. So in an 18-second cooldown, you literally can't cast it twice. With Lightning Rod in here, with the 9-second cooldown, you can cast it once at the beginning and then once at the end of Soul Blade, literally doubling the damage you get out of it. And here's the last thing I do. Put 2 points in Raid, your draw stance to set it to regenerate focus, and then to reduce the cooldown to 18 seconds. The reasoning behind this is because this is another time in draw stance that you can just regenerate chi. And that's basically what you want to aim for the most with your chi regeneration, because with Lightning build, you're only doing your big damage during the time you're in draw stance. In basic stance, you're normally there to regenerate chi. So in draw stance, if you can, regenerating chi keeps you there longer, which keeps you doing damage more often. I'm actually Hongmoon 8, so I can pick up a few more points here. I have points in... I have all the points down here to get my Hongmoon block, which is very nice if you can get it. This kind of is set up assuming you have Lightning Draw, which is the easier one to obtain of the two, and that you don't have your Hongmoon block. If you have your Hongmoon block, I would probably take points out of Raid and the points out of Ankle Biter to get all the points you need to grab the Hongmoon. Points out of that, and then you can get this. You just need to be very careful during Azura, or Asura, however you pronounce it, to make sure that you are within range to land your knockdowns, because in both situations where you need the knockdowns, the first and second bosses, it is very important and can wipe your group if you do not land that knockdown because you were out of range of it, or obviously if you don't have the accuracy, but that's another story completely. So, any questions, comments, concerns about Lightning build, let me know. As per usual, this is an impromptu video. I kind of just was sitting down, I'm like, you know what I should do? I should make a video. And I did. So, hope you guys enjoy, have fun with Lightning build, and yeah, see you guys later.